Hey, welcome back. Let's continue our reading with Chapter 12, Hidden Gems. Wondrous secrets filled Blue Level, and was Al's favorite place to be, other than rock climbing a cliff. The entire floor was dedicated to Marianne's research, and her lab was enormous. Welcome to Blue Level. Please watch your step. Al loved that soothing elevator voice. All three stepped out. The thick glass doors to her lab had a thumbprint scanner next to them. Turnkey reached out and twisted the locked handle and then remembered only the scanner could open it. He moved over to have a thumb scanned, but Marianne cut him off. "Oh, I'll get it, Turnkey." She reached for the door handle and turned and opened it for the guys to walk through. "Hey, how did you do that? You skipped the thumbprint scanner," Turnkey said. Marianne smiled. "Oh, you know, I just have the magic touch." The guys looked at each other and shrugged. The lab was an expansive room with a blue streak running all the way around it on the walls. Flat panel monitors were mounted everywhere. Gadgets and mysterious devices sat on top of tables, along with piles of tools and wires. Al wanted to touch them all. Along the back wall of the lab, a set of vault doors stood closed and locked. 3 kinds of stations were set up throughout the lab for construction, testing, and analysis. Bright lights illuminated the whole place. Marianne went to a computer touch screen and started typing while Al and Turnkey made their way to a table nearby. Marianne looked away from the screen toward Al, who was about to pick up a pen. "Don't touch that, Al." He froze. "What is it?" "Oh, it's a special writing pen," she said. "But what does it do?" She laughed. "Well, it writes, silly." Picking up the pen, she showed him 3 small marks on the side of it. "Here, when you click the pen, it comes out of the casing so you can write with it. But if you twist the top of it to this mark and click the pen again, a small dart shoots out and can stun your enemy. There are 3 darts in there. Twisting to the second mark makes the pen turn red hot, enough to melt through metal. And if you twist it to the 3rd mark and wait for 10 seconds, the pen will act like a small explosive with the power of dynamite, but without all the fire," she said with a smile. Al looked closer at the pen. "Whoa, Marianne, can we have that for the mission?" "Sure, Al." She opened a drawer to the table, and inside were about 50 of the same kind of pen. "Do you want 1 or 2? The guys laughed, and each taking 2 tucked the pens away in their pockets. Al pointed to the other side of the room where a huge weight was suspended from the ceiling by a thin rope. "What's that?" Marianne walked over to the rope. "That's a new kind of strength cord I created. It can hold 4,000 pounds of weight, and it's made of Kevlar, making it bulletproof. If you step back here, guys, and put on your safety glasses, I'll show you." Moving back to a platform that had a semi-automatic weapon, about 10 feet from the hanging rope, she flipped a couple of buttons. Instantly, there was a sound-dampening field surrounding the 3 people. A red warning light began to flash around them. Marianne pushed another button, and the semi-automatic weapon began firing bullets rapidly at the cord, hitting it multiple times and ricocheting off it, sending the bullets into a special foam walls off to the sides. The rope held. She pressed another button, and a huge flame sprayed at the cord. The flamethrower had no effect on it. Marianne flipped it off and pushed the last button. One shot out intense spray of liquid nitrogen, completely freezing it. She turned off the spray and the sound dampening field. Marianne grabbed a hammer from the tabletop near and struck the cord as hard as she could, which shattered the ice on it, but left the rope completely intact. "It's resistant to freezing down to 196 degrees Celsius. Al ran his fingers through his mussy blonde hair. "Whoa, that's sportin'." Marianne smiled. "Thanks, Al. I haven't tried it yet, but why don't you or Turnkey see if the laser in your watch can cut the cord?" Turnkey pulled back his sleeve. "Yo, step back." He pointed his watch toward the cord. Using the display on his watch to target the cord, Turnkey activated the laser, and the beam shot from his watch. It was a direct hit, but the cord held. "As I expected," she said. "It's tough stuff." Moving over to a drawer, she pulled out a bundled Kevlar rope and handed it to the guys. "Here, this should be handy for you." Al was surprised at its light weight. "What else do you have in mind for this mission that we can use other than standard issue?" Putting down her safety glasses and turning off the red warning light, she spoke to no one in particular. "T, I need some help." "Yes, Marianne. How can I be of assistance?" the computerized voice said. T was the artificial intelligence computer program she had created to aid her gadget creations in the lab. Al had learned on previous visits that Marianne's dad created the first versions of the AI at his lab in Palo Alto, California. Marianne perfected the AI at HQ. T had access to every technical plan, construction plan, and electrical engineering document publicly available around the world, and more than a few top-secret documents owned by the United States. Marianne looked toward her computer's touchscreen. "Alabaster and Turnkey are on mission Alpha 287. Can you access the files for the mission and recommend any resources that we have here in the lab?" T quickly replied, "Yes, Marianne. Resources 5-445 and 9-16 each have a high probability of aiding these agents on the mission." "Ah, okay. Vault 5 and Vault 9. Got it. Thanks." Walking over to the metal door of Vault 5, she spun the handle and pulled it open. The huge 8,000-pound vault door opened to reveal a small room. There were many drawers of various sizes, and Al wondered how many hundreds of gadgets must be hidden inside those drawers. Marianne punched in a security code inside the vault to unlock the drawers, and then looked around the room. "T, which drawer was it?" "Drawer 445, said T. "Thanks, T." Marianne opened the drawer marked 445. "Oh, yes, of course." She pulled out a special garment of sheer black and walked over to a table in the center of the small room, spreading out the suit. Marianne looked at Al and Turnkey. "I call this a Chameleon Panis. See here on the back is the power source. It uses my standard electrochemical power, Amber Alchemy." Amber Alchemy, or AA, was created by Marianne, and it was a power source that used highly concentrated chemicals in small amounts to generate a large supply of electrical power. Al knew she was always trying to improve the output of the power from AA, since gadgets often required significantly more power than batteries could supply. Al ran his fingers over the suit. "So it only has one use? Like the impact suit when we jump in the elevator shaft?" "Yep, so please use it wisely. I'm still working on making AA last longer. This cloth has built-in sensors that register the room colors around it and adapt to match it, so it hides you like a chameleon and makes you invisible. It will continue to quickly adapt to your surroundings to keep you essentially invisible for about 30 minutes. If you stand still, no one can see you. But after that 30 minutes, it's just a black suit." Turnkey whistled. "Wow, Marianne, that is incredible." Al was so impressed too. "So sportin'. Thanks, I really—" Perkins barged into the vault, busting on the scene. "Agents Keystone and Dangermond? You're scheduled to fly to Tokyo on our jet in less than 1 hour. The chief informed me that you need to go now." Perkins looked down at his clipboard. Turnkey frowned. Man, okay. But what about Vault 9? "T, can you have 2 of the item 9-16 put in crates and loaded onto the jet for Al and Turnkey?" "Yes, Marianne," said the computerized voice. Al raised his eyebrows. "So what is this 9-16? She winked. "I'll just leave that for a surprise." Next, we'll read Chapter 13, Speed. Thanks.